It's 6:43 now, and we are heading into the Easter holiday weekend, and this year Easter is going to be different for a lot of us. Obviously, Easter is a time when lots of folks like to gather with their family and friends, but during this coronavirus pandemic, we've heard from local, state, and federal leaders the importance of staying home and to continue to practice those social distancing guidelines. Joining us right now via FaceTime, we have East Baton Rouge Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome. She has a message to folks about the importance of following those guidelines this weekend. Before we get to that message, though, Mayor, good morning to you. First of all, it is Good Friday, and we just hit this milestone here in East Baton Rouge Parish. 1,000 cases of the coronavirus confirmed, and this is about a month after our first case popped up in the state. What's your read on how we've handled this so far over the past month?
Well, I will certainly say that I believe that here in East Baton Rouge Parish that we have been adhering to the directives to comply. Of course, we have 1,000 confirmed cases, but I always like for people to know that we were the first to set up that drive-through volunteer testing site, and I think that has certainly helped us enormously. But we can't back up. We still have to move forward in terms of compliance. And one of my messages this weekend is certainly to ask our people to stay at home. You're hearing it everywhere, and it's vitally important because we are flattening the curve. But in order for that to continue, we must stay at home. And I know that's a challenge on Easter weekend.
Absolutely. We can hear Mordecai there behind you trying to get some TV time this morning on NBC Local 33 with us. Just going back to that idea, though, of hitting that 1,000 cases milestone, and then we've heard this week, though, from the governor that we are starting to see the flattening of this curve, which is a great sign. We read, though, in your letter to the city that this is not a time to back up, as you just said. This is not a time to get complacent, but to continue to practice those guidelines.
Absolutely. You know, the guidelines are very simple, and I think that sometimes maybe causes people to wonder or to add a question mark to that. But the guidelines are simple. The guidelines are good hygiene. The guidelines are social or physical distancing, and the guidelines include stay at home. So that is what's helping us flatten the curve. And so I want to encourage and thank Baton Rouge already for their elevated compliance, but this weekend is vitally important.
Absolutely. Mayor Broome, you are a praying woman, a woman of faith yourself. You do not hide that at all. Going into this holy weekend for lots of folks across the capital area, which is going to be different than they may have experienced ever in their lifetime, what's your message of just hope as we head into this weekend?
Well, my message of hope is today is Good Friday, and as we go into the weekend and Easter Sunday or Resurrection Sunday, that we remember the hope that is attached to the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the hope, the joy, the message of an abundant life that awaits us. And so I believe that is certainly synonymous to us overcoming or moving beyond COVID-19. And I would just encourage everyone for us to remember the words of Jesus Christ, the promises, and for us to practice, put into practical application what he taught. And first of all, make sure that we demonstrate that by loving our neighbor, loving God, loving our neighbor. And one way we can love our neighbor is to stay at home so this COVID-19 virus does not spread.
Mayor Broome, thank you very much for your time this morning. You say stay calm, stay at home, and stay strong. Your words, not mine, but words that I will absolutely abide by and hope that everyone abides by this weekend and moving forward as we all continue to face this pandemic together. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it. Hope you have a great Easter weekend.
And you too.